Hello guys, let's move on to the next tool that I highly recommend to use. This tool is called Google Collaboratory or Colab for short. To open this tool, let's go to Google Drive. Open your favorite browser. I recommend Google Chrome. If you are not logged in, please log in to your Google account and let's type Google Drive or Drive for short in the search bar and then click the first link. Go to Drive, and here we go, we have our Google Drive account. To go to the Google Colab tool, click New, More, and Google Collaboratory. Wait a second, the tool will open. Okay, and we are here. Okay, now we can change the notebook name, for example, Intro, and save changes, File, Save, or Ctrl S, and we'll check its location, File, Locate in Drive, and new tab will open with our notebook location, and here we have our file Intro. Okay, let's close this tab and come back to the notebook. With this Collaboratory, Google Collaboratory or Colab for short allows us to write and execute Python in our browser with zero configuration required, free access to GPUs and easy sharing. Whether you're a student or a data scientist or an AI researcher, Colab can make your work easier. In other words, Colab notebooks are Jupyter notebooks that are hosted by Google Colab. The document we are watching now is an interactive environment called a Colab notebook that let us write and execute code. Colab notebooks allow us to combine executable code and rich text in a single document, along with images, HTML and more. When you create your own Colab notebooks, they are stored in your Google Drive account. You can easily share your Google Colab notebooks with your coworkers or friends, allowing them to comment on your notebooks or even edit them. A notebook is a list of cells. Cells contain either explanatory text or executable code and its output. We need to connect to the instance to be able to execute the code, so let's click Connect button. This takes a while. Connecting, initializing, and now we can use our notebook instance. Hello guys, now I will show you how to connect Google Colab with the GitHub platform. Let's open a new window, enter github.com, log into your account, and I have to type my verification code. And we are already logged into the GitHub platform. We will create a test repository, so let's go to the Your Repository tab, then click New, and give the name of the repository. Let it be test-colab. Then we leave the public repository, and we will add the README file and create our repository. And we have to wait a moment. Okay, our repository is ready. We'll want to save the Colab notebook in this repository. Let's go back to the notebook. Let's add a piece of code. So for example, simple hello world. Let's run this code and we'll save such a notebook on the GitHub platform. Click File, then next save a copy in GitHub, and we need to wait for authorization for a while. And now we have to choose a repository, so here we choose our repository that we've created, in our case test-colab. Then we have to choose branch, we only have a master, so let's give the file name, and we can change the message and click OK. Wait a moment, at this moment a copy is created, and let's see, we are in the test-colab repository, we have a template file and our file is ready. We can go back to our repository. Let's try to refresh it and see that this template file is ready. 18 seconds ago. After opening this file, we have our notebook ready. We can open it again in the Google Colab tool. Click Open in Colab. We have to wait a moment and have a notebook ready to work. Here we also have information that the notebook is stored on GitHub. Now let's connect to the instance in the cloud. And try to run our code. Shift plus Enter. We have a warning, click Run anyway, and our code was executed. We'll add another Hello Colab code and save the notebook on the GitHub platform again. File, save a copy in GitHub. Default values are already substitute, repository name, branch, file name. We can confirm by clicking OK. Wait a moment. And we have prepared template file. Let's go back to our repository. The template file is ready, and this way we can work with the GitHub platform and Google Colab. That's all, we are ready to go further. Thank you for watching, see you. And let's go to the practical use of our Google Colab tool. Google Colab consists of cells. We have two types of cells, a code cell and a text cell. We can add each cell by clicking here, code cell or text cell. We can also add it by hovering in the center of the screen. If we don't need the cell, we can easily remove it. We can change their order, etc. We also have other options that are worth mentioning. Let's delete everything. We have an empty notebook. To start, add a cell with a code and enter a simple code. Let's define the variable revenue 10,000. Then the variable tax 0.19, tax rate, and income, it is equal to revenue multiplied by tax. And let's display it. Run the code, Shift plus Enter. The value has been displayed. We can also print it using the print function. Let's move to the text cell. Let's try to describe what we did. We will add a text cell at the very top and enter the header. To edit a cell, double-click or press Enter. To add the H3 header, enter the 3 characters hash and enter sales. If we go to the table of contents, we will have the sales section. If we create the next section, for example summary, we can see that the next section is created and we can navigate easily on the same level. Here we can also add more sections. We can always go to this table of contents here. Okay, we are closing the table of contents. Let's go back to our tool and now let's go to the examples. Now I'll show you how to import libraries in our environment. For libraries that are in the Google Colab environment, we do it in a standard way. We can execute the command import numpy as np. Let's also display the library version. Shift plus Enter to execute. Colab provides the option of autocomplete. Let's see how it works. After entering np, we have a hint on what we can use here. For example, we can enter random, and we also have more hints on what we can use. For example, rand function. After opening the parentheses, we also have information about the function. We can also get it by inserting a question mark and running a cell. The documentation will be displayed in a separate window. Let's move on. Let's see what to do if the library is not installed. We'll try to import the Image AI library, which we don't have here in Google Colab environment. We have an error, no module names Image AI. What we have to do is to install the library, so enter !pip install Image AI. Let's run this command and we have to wait a moment. The library has been installed and we can now import it. Import Image AI and we see we have no error anymore. What is a nice feature of Colab? In case of error, we can quickly go to the Google and search for information about the error on the Stack Overflow website. After clicking, we'll get Google search results, where then we can quickly go to the problem we are interested in. Let's go back and move on to Markdown language. We'll see some basic features. Let's add a new text cell. We'll start with the font. If we want to italicize, we use 1 asterisk. If we want to make the text bold, we use double asterisk. Remember, add 2 spaces at the end of each line to go to the new line. We can also get it by adding 2 underscore signs. If we want to pass a piece of code, we use the backtick character. If we want to pass a longer piece of code, we do it in this way. We pass 3 backtick characters. If we want to indent, we can do in this way. To add a double indent, we add another sign. Next, let's see how to create an ordered list. To create an unordered list, we put an asterisk symbol. Now I'll show you how to insert a link to a page. Let's go to google.com and copy the link. Let's add a new text cell. The text to be displayed is in square brackets and the page address is in round brackets. After clicking, a new window will open with our link. If we want to add an image, we can do it as follows. Enter the exclamation mark, then the square brackets, put the text to be displayed, and in the round brackets the link to the image. We'll copy the link to the Python logo, right-click, copy image address, and paste it here. Now I show you how to use mathematical equations using LaTeX. Let's create a new text cell. We pass mathematical formulas enclosed in $2 signs. Let's see how to do it. On the right we have a preview. Let's make another example. Let's start with a fraction and add the sum sign. To build a matrix, let's see another example. We are building a 2x2 matrix. \begin p matrix, then we pass elements of matrix A11, A12, go to the new line, double backslash, A21, A22, and finish our matrix and P matrix. Let's see the tables. Let's build a simple table, 3 columns, 2 rows. We start with headers, col 1, vertical bar, col 2, vertical bar, col 3. Then we pass dash dash dash, vertical bar, dash dash dash, vertical bar, dash dash dash. And we go to the first row. Val 1, vertical bar, val 2, vertical bar, val 3. And the next row. And we are ready to go. That's all, we are ready to go further. Thank you for watching, see you! Hello guys! In this tutorial I will show you how to install Anaconda on Windows. We open our browser, in my case Google Chrome, type Anaconda and click on the first link. Let's go to the download section and let's go down. Make sure you have the version selected for your operating system and click the download button under Python version 3.7. The file has less than 500 megabytes, so we have to wait a moment until our file is downloaded. During this time we can say something about the Anaconda distribution. Anaconda is an open source environment and it's one of the easiest way to start working with Python. The platform puts emphasis on working in the field of data science and machine learning. Anaconda contains a lot of libraries that are already included with the Anaconda distribution, such libraries as NumPy, Pandas, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Seaborn, and many more. Okay, our file has been downloaded, we can run it now. Click Next, then accept the license agreement, leave just me recommended, and click Next. Leave the default path, select the option Add Anaconda to my path environment variable and click Install. Installation will take a while. Okay, our installation has been successfully completed. Click Next, again Next, and Finish. And now we can start our Anaconda. Enter Anaconda in your search bar and click on Anaconda Navigator. The first running of the program takes a little longer than standard. Our Anaconda Navigator distribution has been launched. What we will use is Spider. Now we will run it, click on Launch. This is the version of Spider 3.3.6. This is what our program looks like by default. However, we will adjust it slightly. Let's click on the panel tools, Preferences, and set the font to 14. So it will be clearly seen in the videos. And we'll also change the theme. Let's go to the syntax coloring tab, and here we have a choice of several themes that we like. For example, I can choose Monakai or some other theme. I choose the Zenborn theme, it seems to me the most interesting. Then click Apply. Now we can add additional options in the editor. Here we can see all options. I think that another interesting option is the option in the Advanced Settings tab, where we can add automatic closing quotes. and click OK. Let's check if our program works. Let's try Hello World in Python. Now let's try to start the program with the green button. Click Run and we see that our program works. The text has been printed to the console. We can comment this piece of code in a separate cell, and now we have two cells that we can execute the code separately. Shortcut for this is Shift plus Enter. That's all, we are ready to go further. Thank you for watching, see you! Hello guys, after launching Spider, we see this view. We'll briefly describe the layout of this program. Some of us may have a slightly different user interface due to recent program updates. I also set the Zenborn theme. You can do it in the Tools, Preferences tab and choose your preferred theme. I will stay with this because I like it. On the left we have a window in which we can write our Python code. On the right we have a window with some additional information that facilitate working with the program. One of them is a variable explorer where we can see defined variables. This is very helpful, especially for beginners in Python. Another is File Explorator, where we can view the current folders and files in our working directory. And below we have a console that will display our results. If we want to check our working directory, we can use the pwd print working directory command. The path to our working directory will be displayed, which is c/user/username. This is the default path to my home directory. And we have the same thing in the top bar. To change the working directory, we can do this in at least two ways. We can click on the folder icon and select the exact working directory or enter the path manually. Let's try to choose the directory where we want to have our files. I keep all the repositories in the repos directory. If we go to the File Explorer, we can see the folders in our working directory, and here we will create a directory in which we can store files about our course. Let's give the name Python_course and click OK. The directory has been created. This directory is empty. We can see that the path name has been changed. If we now use the pwd command, we already have our catalog of course. I recommend you make a directory and store all files here. Now we will create the first file in our working directory. Right click, then New File. Then we give the name of our file 01_intro.py. py is the Python file extension. By default, a new window will open with our file, which is empty and saved in our working directory. To see the parent folder, we can click the up arrow. To return, we can double click on the Python_course directory. That's all, we are ready to go further. Thank you for watching, see you! Hello guys, now I'll show you how to install Anaconda Navigator on Linux, specifically Ubuntu Disco Dingo. Let's open a browser, enter how to install Anaconda on Ubuntu, click the first link and we have a list of commands that we will have to follow step by step. Let's open the terminal. At the beginning, let's go to the temp directory. Then we can list what is here. We start by downloading the installation file. So let's copy the given command and paste it into the terminal. Click enter. During this time our file is downloading, we have to wait a moment. At this time we can go through the next installation steps and see what we will do next. Step 3 we can skip. Then run the bash script to install Anaconda environment. Then we accept the license terms, accept the default path where Anaconda will be installed, in example home/user/anaconda3. Finally activate the installation and then we can test the installation. We'll also create a test environment for Python version 3, then activate the created environment and finally launch Anaconda Navigator. Okay, we have the file downloaded. Now copy the next command and press enter. Press enter. Then we accept the license terms. Enter yes. We confirm the default location. Hit enter. Anaconda begins to install. This process will also take a while. Okay, the installation was successful. Let's see if the conda list command works. Command not found because we haven't yet activated the installation. We need to run this command and let's execute conda list. Now all libraries installed in our base environment have been listed. We can now create an environment with the command conda create with flag -- name and name test pandas. We create an environment, enter yes. We can now activate the environment by entering conda activate test pandas. We see that the name has been changed. We are in the test pandas environment and we can use the conda list to list all libraries installed in the environment. We don't have any, so we can install, in example, pandas library. Conda install pandas. This command will install the pandas library and its dependencies. Accept yes. Now we can list all of our installed libraries. We can see that all the dependencies on which the pandas library is based have been installed. Now to run Anaconda Navigator program, we can run the Anaconda Navigator command in the terminal. At this moment we start the Anaconda Navigator program and we can use this program as on Windows. Let's try running Spider. It will start with the default settings. Okay, that's all. We are ready to go further. Thank you for watching. See you.